Okay, sorry, you guys. Okay, I forgot to press go live. Sorry about that. A little too excited, too much coffee. Anyway, so good morning, gentlemen and ladies, and welcome to UkrainianDating.tv, um, the world's first and only by the nation video platform that is designed for Western men to meet Slavic women and understand how to win the hearts of Ukrainian women. Okay, so without further ado, our topic today is solving the biggest problems in relationships today. So let me play the video for you and we'll go from there.
The biggest problem in relationships today is everybody thinks you're supposed to meet my needs, right? And no, that's not how it works. It's an immature person. The second stage is equality. Okay, you do your part, I do my part. That's a transaction. And it sounds really good because it sounds egalitarian. On the surface it is, but then there's no opposite energies and there's no passion. So you have two people that are good friends and they live together, but they don't really have any passion. But there's a third level, and the third level is your needs are my needs. Instead of I can't make you feel this way, I'll do whatever it takes to meet your needs because that's what lights me up.
Hello, hi Bill. I see you here. Hello, Bill. How are you? Okay, so let's discuss this topic. Bill, can you hear me though? I was wondering if my okay, hi Jake. I was wondering if my microphone is working sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Does it work? Jake? Is it hi Santos? Anyway, so okay, so let's talk about this. Yes, okay, Santos, thank you. So yes, the problems these days, exactly. Well, in the Western society, I've noticed for many years now, it's usually a business transaction. Women, they look at the men, they don't care about their personalities anymore here. And they have these high standards. I mean, the standards are just. I mean, like I mentioned before, I always watch a lot of videos on relationships, on dating in the Western society. As you guys know, and for the ones that don't know me, my name is Zhenya, by the way, and I am from Ukraine. I was raised in Ukraine for 18 years, and I came here, and I've lived here for 25 now. So so I've seen both, right? And it was a culture shock for me when I first came here. It was different. Is different. The relationship dynamics here are weird to me because I was raised in the home where the man is the head of the house, yet the woman is the neck. She can turn the head where she wants to um if she thinks it's the right thing to do. But I've Western women, they have, like, honestly, they have these high standards. Like, what can you do for me? Exactly how Tony said, that it's very transactional. It's like, well, what do you do for me? Like, you have to have this much income. You have to be 6 feet plus tall. You have to make $500,000 just to date a woman. It's like, what do you have to offer? Well, I'm independent, yeah, and then they're independent, but yet they want the man to support them, to pay for everything for them. And which is, I find it weird when they don't really bring anything else, just like simple things like cooking, cleaning, taking care of the man. Like for me, for example, if I'm thirsty and me and my man watching a movie, I'll ask him first, like, what would you like, something to drink? And just simple things. And what women in the West, they don't understand, that men are very easy, very simple creatures. Okay, you just feed them, show them love, show them respect, be loyal to them, support them in what they want to do in life. Just be a supportive woman. Don't nag them for no reason. I mean, I do nag my boyfriend, but it's also, again, like, if he needs to go to the doctor, stuff like this, like, he does the same thing to me. But I don't nag him, or like, oh, you didn't put this in the right spot. Like, it makes absolutely no sense to me just to be nagging him for no reason. And I see this in the Western society. This is, man, I feel like I, f- I don't feel, I see it. Men in Western society are just so broken down at this point, and I see that they just settle. They settle because they think they can't find someone better. But gentlemen, I'm telling you, you have potential. You will have so many choices out there. You don't have to be stuck thinking, oh well, I live in this city here in US or Canada. It's like I'm bound to be dating someone here. No, you don't have to. You don't have to settle anymore. You don't have to put up with women that just demand things from you. You have to do this for me. You have to do this for me because if you don't, I leave. Because of now this social media, they're just putting these unbelievable standards, and I mean, there's I'm sorry, but they're retarded. They make no sense. I've seen this video of women saying like 52 places you can take me on a first date, Red Lobster or like Olive Garden, and I'm just like, why? Why can a man take a woman to Red Lobster on the first of all, first date? I keep preaching it. First date has to be very simple. If you want to know the woman what her intentions are, take her really to a very just a coffee shop. Not don't take her to McDonald's, of course. That's very cheap. Like even a woman that has doesn't have high standards, that's just gonna be low. It just shows that you don't even care, right? You just want something out of her, but that's it. So I take her on a simple date, go for a walk, grab a bubble tea, maybe coffee, tea, whatever it is. Like don't get alcohol involved on the first date to begin with. No, if she starts drinking, and that's it. Not just go your separate way. So and then she'll show you. She'll show if she's on the first date. She's like, well, this is not good enough for a date. Think about the future when you get married or when you move in together. If you think that was not good enough for her for the first date to go for a coffee, like what do you think her standards are going to be later when you guys get married? And I know that once women here, I know it because people tell me, because I do my researches, and I know so many men that they get married thinking, okay, I know why men get married. Men get married because they want just with this one woman that they don't need to go and impress her all the time. Like going out on dates with different women, it literally costs you a lot more money than having one good woman that doesn't require you to shower her with gifts every single time, that doesn't need you to take her to fancy restaurants, that just is happy with you just staying at home and watching a simple movie, right? I mean, and this is how we are raised, Ukrainian women. What we need in life is stability. Okay, that's number one, is stability. We don't want these up and downs, like we don't care if you're making 30 grand or if you're making 100,000 grand. That money is not a deal breaker for us at all. What we want is a good man that loves us for us, that appreciates the work that we do, that the work that we put in the relationship. Just like you, that's what you guys want. You want someone to appreciate you, to love you for who you are, that doesn't want to change you, or you need to do this, and or you need to do that, or you need to change this about that. If the person wants to change you, leave that person. Just leave that person. Unless okay, let's say you have some kind of addiction, porn addiction, or gambling, or like you like to drink too much, and if the person really loves you and cares about you and wants to change something that is destroying you, then yeah, that's the right woman for you. But if she doesn't care, if she wants to change things, simple things like, oh well, I want you to maybe comb your hair this way, or I don't like it when you say this or that, these little things, those are red flags. I'm telling you straight up, red flags right there and then. And like Tony said, it's what were the okay? Just 1 second, guys, if you don't mind. I have to play this video again, so I'll just one second. Let's do this again. One second.
The biggest problem in relationships today is everybody thinks you're supposed to meet my needs, right? And no, that's not how it works. It's an immature person. The second stage is equality. Okay, you do your part, I do my part. That's a transaction. And it sounds really good because it sounds egalitarian. On the surface it is, but then there's no opposite energies and there's no passion. So you have two people that are good friends and they live together, but they don't really have any passion. But there's a third level, and the third level is your needs are my needs. Instead of I can't make you feel this way, I'll do whatever it takes to meet your needs because that's what lights me up.
That's exactly, what the last thing that Tony said, that when you meet the right person, the person puts you on a pedestal, okay? And wants to make you happy. Like me, for example, with my man on my, just like I said, I speak from my own experience. I want to see him happy. I want to see him full before I get full. I want to see him relax before I relax, because I really love and care about my man, right? And this is how Ukrainian women are. And I'm telling you one thing, um, this Ukrainian women and Slavic women are just so beat down by Ukrainian and Slavic men, because Slavic men, I I'm not trying to bash. I'm just saying that stereotyping, and in general, Ukrainian men, they feel so entitled, like these Western women. They feel entitled. They expect a woman to work full time. They expect, not necessarily all of them. Again, just in general. From what I've seen, I've experienced it. I lived it. I've seen it all around me. That's why I'm saying it. And they expect a woman to cook, to clean, and take care of the kids, not nag. He comes home whenever he feels like, he gets drunk, and it's a common thing for Slavic men to drink. It's just, again, it's the culture. So, um, again, not necessarily all of them do. Like, for example, my dad doesn't drink, my brother doesn't drink, so my stepdad likes to drink. So there you have it, right? So this is why Western men and Eastern European women are match made in heaven. Honestly, I that's what I think. And that's what I know. I know because we both are looking for the same thing. We're both looking for stability. We don't need. I need the guy. um, we both need stability, And like I said, to me, I've never even asked how much money my boyfriend makes. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because I love him. Because money is always there to be made, and I believe in my man. He believes in me, and that's all that matters in life. I After my 15 years of a very messed up abusive relationship, I gave up. I thought, what, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna stay single. I don't want to do this. It's just, I don't think I'm gonna ever meet someone who appreciates me and love me for me. But here we are, and I'm gonna be 43 on Monday, and I mean, pretty much half my, wouldn't say half my life, but half the century is gone. But here we are. And I said to my viewers before that my grandma didn't meet my grandpa a couple of years before I was born or something like this. So, and they lived for 36 years together. And he was the love of her life and she was the love of his life. So you never know when you meet somebody. So okay, let's see what did you see. Okay, let's just go through. Zhenya. Pretty. Oh well, thank you. Okay, let's see. Hi. Oh, whoops. Okay, this is the one I wanted to. Did you see the Turkish German lady that married a Black American? Video went viral that pissed a lot of women. No, would do you care to tell us, please? I would really like to know. I didn't. I watched so many videos, but I haven't seen that one. Okay. Let's see. Western modern women are commodities for lease or rent. They are not your ours. Yes, you know what? I've seen this firsthand. Relationship in the Western society with Western women only lasts as long as you have your wallet full. And I'm serious. I it like I said, it's still a shock to me, and I've lived here for 25 years. And it's still a shock to me when women go, oh, well, you have to make this much money to be dating me. When did this happen? Since when? I mean, back in the day, our grandparents, whatever they met, they fell in love with the looks. They fell in love with the personalities. They had a good time together. That's what love was. Nowadays, it's all based on how much he's making, like what's his status. And I find it ludicrous. I mean, and a lot of these women come into the relationship, they don't have anything to show for. They don't. And I know firsthand that men don't care how much a woman makes. That's a proven fact. They really don't care. They will date a woman that works in McDonald's as long as she's faithful, as long as she's caring, as long as she's loving, trustworthy. That's all they want, and supportive. That's all men need. And this is what Ukrainian women we give you. We give you all the love and care. We give you support. Plus, we cook. We cook. We don't need to be taken out every day, to fancy restaurant. I have to fight my man when he wants to take me out. No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'd rather cook. Like last night, I made this beautiful dinner, Alfredo, um, pasta with shrimp, and invited his best friend for the first time. And then it was amazing. And his friend was like, "Oh my God, she can cook this good! Holy crap!" And it's not so common. But if you go to Ukraine, I bet you anything that 9 out of 10 women cook, and the ones that can't cook probably disabled. Okay, I'm not even joking. That this is our culture, because we, first of all, we grow up. We don't. I've never. We don't have all these. What's the word I'm looking for? What a brain fart. Anyway, um, all these options, and you like going to restaurants or this or that. It's basically we go to bazaar, but no, we don't really go to supermarkets. So bazaar, we get the vegetables, fruits, whatever it is, the meat. Come home and cook it. First of all, it comes from the heart. So when you cook with love, you don't even need that many ingredients to make it taste good when you really put effort and love into it. And I'm telling you straight up, I know it. I know it. So, 1 second. Okay. Your needs are my needs. That's right. That's exactly what this is how exactly how it should be. You A successful relationship is only when you put your needs and your wants in the back seat, you know, and put your significant other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, on again, not on a pedestal. It kind of sounds weird, I don't know, but I mean, I look at my man as he's the king and I'm his queen. This is what the dynamics of our relationship is. And and he goes out of his ways to please me, and I don't even ask him, and I do the same thing. And this is what the healthy relationship is, that when you live your life to make the one that you love happy. And listen, it doesn't cost anything for me to make him dinner. It just takes my time, but I enjoy it. Give him a massage, just even we read a book together, out loud to each other. It's simple things in life. This I'm happy. I don't need big rocks, I don't need jewelry. I don't care. I put this on just for the show today, and I actually noticed that I put it the other way around, so it's not even the right way. I forgot my nose ring too. I don't care for jewelry. And and I've seen people, like men, propose to women in the West, and in the West, and women are like, what you just spent $2,500 on the ring. I want $10,000. And I'm like, wait, what? That's like a third of a salary for an average person, right? Most people don't even make 30 grand. Some people make even less than that. So what, those people are not worthy of love? And which is just very bizarre to me. Like, if you love, for me, because in the end, listen, in the end, you can marry someone who's very beautiful, or this guy has money, but in your heart, it's only a transaction. Once your looks vanish, and sometimes they can vanish like this. I was in an accident where I burnt my face, I burnt my chest, my arm, and my back. 33% of my body I burnt. Okay, I'm lucky that my face only burnt 1%, first degree. The rest of my body is second degree, so I have scars here, right? And if I were a crappy person, and if my face burned, like, people would probably just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna walk away because she's just a bitch. I mean, right? So looks can vanish, and I see these Western women getting so much work done on their face. They're in their 20s and they look older than me, and I'm like, what? But anyway, so, like, in the West, it I watch it as a circus. I watch these dating videos. It's amusing. It's sad. I mean, it is sad. It's sad for the man. I feel sorry for the man. I do. I really do. The way women treat their men here, it's no. I would never disrespect my man. I would never, ever in my life. How they even take their fights out in public, screaming at their men, and I'm just like, I am dying as a second-hand embarrassment when I see this stuff happen. I'm like, oh my god, I would never do that ever. If you have an issue, don't take your dirty laundry out in public. And I don't know, just women here, just loud, obnoxious. And again, it's not all women. I'm just saying, especially in US. In US, I don't know I don't know what's going on in US, but it's just wretched behavior. All women care is like how much you got, what kind of car you drive, do you own a house. When they have three baby daddies, it's like, you need to make 500,000 to date me. Wait, what? Yeah, I don't think so. If I was a man, and I'd rather be single than to just date for the sake of dinner. Nah, it's just too much for. Okay, let's see. Yes, you do. Okay, let's. Okay. You was titled "Black Women Are Not." I don't know. Uh, okay, women are no competition. Even if she mentions black women in particular, they felt the heat. I think since he was black. I know that. Listen, one time I was out with some friends, and one of my friends is black. So him and I, we actually went to the bar to grab drinks for everyone, right? And he's a very good-looking man. And we're just chatting, waiting for a turn, and these two black women standing there, and one of them says very loud like, to, well, to her friend, but so both of us can hear. And she's like, "Oh, these white witches, stealing our men." And I just go, "What? Like, what?" Anyway, yeah, you're right. And I also see white American women just like, okay, they're a little bit more humble than, yeah, but again, I think it's also, it's the social media, these high standards that, some girl, some village girl, or maybe not the village girl, lucked out, got herself a millionaire, but maybe because she was a good girl, she's pretty, takes care of herself, and she's lucky enough to have met someone, and this rich man is like, okay, I found like a diamond in the rough, right? And she got lucky. So then all these other women thinking, well, if she can do it and she's not even that good looking, then why? Well, I'm so much more better looking, right? So I can get the man like that. No, no, you can't. Especially if you're all up on a man with like how much you're making. Like, I mean, if I was the guy and the girl asked me how much I'm making, and while we're dating, not like prior to the marriage, even talking about marriage, she has no business knowing how much I'm making. period. Unless like her and I, if I decide to propose to her, and then yes, of course, you need to sit down and discuss all the financial dynamics as well, right? Because like I said, I learned that not long ago actually, that if you marry, you don't just marry into money, you also marry into debt. So you can marry someone and they're already 500,000 in debt, it becomes your debt. So I'm just like, no, no, man, you have to be very wise about this. You need to check their credit history before you put a ring on it. Okay, period. Okay. But yes, if a woman makes her priorities, yes, exactly. I mean, seriously. What? Okay, so I'm telling you, Ukrainian Slavic women, just because the way we grow up, we don't grow up, we don't have abundance of food, we don't have abundance of anything really. Like I mentioned before, when I first came here, I even gained like I don't even know how much, but 30, 40 pounds or something, because I was never used to seeing that much food. And it's like food everywhere, everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, just stuffing my face, right? And then I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, oh, wait, what happened here? Like, holy, right? So here it's just because there's so much more of everything. And nowadays, these um like dating sites, I don't know, Tinder, I don't have any social media. I used to have social media for my cooking, but even that got deleted. I have no business being on social media for what. To be honest with you, it's kind of depressing to even see what people post and stuff. Like I said, I watch YouTube only for educational purposes, and some videos, honestly, I don't even want to watch because they make me like cringe. It's like, how do you expect the man to do all these things for you, but yet you don't want to do anything for him? And back to, so when men get married, right, they want to stop, they want to have one woman that they come home to, they can talk to, they can listen to him, de-escalate the situation. If he's like whatever happened at work, he comes home, a woman should be his peace, okay, not a chaos. Okay, he's got enough to deal with work, this, that, and especially guys that blue collar that go and bust their butts all day in the heat or cold, all he wants to do is just to come home, have a homemade meal, woman not to nag him, clean house, clean laundry. And I bet you anything that there's nothing that man will not do for you if that's what you do for him. Man, again, I keep saying this to women, like I do have friends. I have one friend, she's from Russia, and her standards are so freaking high, and all she really cares about is money. She says to me, she's said that to me so many times. She's like, I don't care if he's old, I don't care if he's ugly, as long as he takes care of me, I don't care. And I'm just like, "Well, okay." I don't judge. I honestly, I don't judge anybody. Who am I to judge? I'm not an angel. I've done my share of stupid things like everybody else. But I learn from my mistakes, and I try to learn from other people's mistakes. But sometimes I have to make my own in order for it to really stick in there. Okay, let's see. Ooh, if you don't see me. Well, Bill, you're not gonna see me on my birthday. It's Monday, but I actually, you guys, I will be back on tomorrow because Irina, she cannot make it due to unfortunate circumstances. Um, so yes, so I'll be replacing her for tomorrow. So yeah, you can wish me happy birthday tomorrow. So technically, in Ukraine, will be no wait. No, you have to wait till Monday. Anyway, okay. To do. Let's see, Zhenya. See, oh, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys always joining me and listening to me talk. Anyway, okay, let's see what else. Off to outdoors. Ooh, sweet, sweet. Well, international health coach, go have fun. Yes, when next time you tune in, tell us all about it. Okay, I can see many ladies from different backgrounds get attracted to men who earn well. Listen, Santos, I'm not gonna lie to you. Of course, what woman doesn't want a man who's got the money to live not just a comfortable life, but a lavish life? What woman doesn't want to be traveling and have fancy things? Like, well, maybe me. I mean, it, I know it might sound weird, but to me, the more money you have, the more problems you have. Okay, again, I came from humble upbringings. We were poor. Everybody was poor back in the day, equally poor. That was communism. Okay. So everybody was equally poor, but everybody was equally happy. you know and you're only rich if everybody else around you is poor. So anyway, but to me, I honestly, all I need is I have to have a roof over my head, to have my bills paid, which I do, and to have fridge full of food. That's one thing I never want to worry about, is buying food. I don't care about fancy clothes, even though of course I do like fancy clothes, but then again, I always buy my stuff on sale. I go to Winners, I go to Marshalls, I buy things on sale, because why overspend if I don't need to? What for? I know I grew up very fast, and I knew the value of a dollar. Well, back in the day was a ruble. So I knew how much how much sweat it takes to make that money, even though I was little and I wasn't working, but I could see it from my parents struggling. Everybody was struggling. So that's one thing that Ukrainian women, yeah, I'm sure they're the gold diggers. I'm not gonna say no, all Ukrainian women are such angels. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that on our platform, our women, they're all vetted. Okay. All our women, they all wanted a serious relationship. They want to get married. They want to have kids. That's what they want, right? So if you're just looking for something, just a little fling, I don't know. I suggest Tinder or whatever it is. I'm not really familiar with this. I heard of Tinder and then something B or Bumblebee or something. Anyway, so maybe there, right? Our women, this is exactly what they want, so they're not gonna be like, they're not gonna string you along. Oh, hey, like, let's date for like 5 years and then we'll see. No, this is our women serious. And I mean, we have so many, and they're all beautiful, and they can all cook, they're sweet, they're kind. We are gentle women. I mean, I've seen um I've seen my mom. She never even raised her voice on either of her husbands, ever, ever. And believe me, there were times when it really needed to be done, and she didn't. Same with my grandma. No, my grandma is different, and she speaks her mind, and she's very straightforward. I take after her. I'm even named after her as well. But she's also very gentle, loving, and caring. Like, she took care of my grandpa the last 3 years. His health very deteriorated, especially the last year. I mean, it was brutal. She had to change his diapers, feed him, and he was in so much pain. He was begging her to just, like, can you please kill me? She's like, are you out of your mind? Like, no. He's like, it would be easier on you. She's like, stop talking this BS, because I would refuse to listen to it, and I will smack you if you say that again, because you're the love of my life. I'm not giving up on you. What the F? And so this is how. And I know in Western society, I've seen women leave their men. I actually know this one couple. Well, used to be a couple. A man was a multimillionaire, and he had a construction business, and he was in a work-related accident, uh, became paralyzed from the neck down. She didn't even wait. She didn't even wait for him to even kind of recover or anything. Within 5 months, she already filed for divorce, took the house. He, of course, lost the business. She sold the business. Anyway, she just left him behind dry. Like, I was just shocked. But don't worry about that. Karma caught up with her real bad. But we're not gonna get into it. So okay, let's see. I can see many ladies from different. Oh, yeah, sorry, Santos. I've already seen this. Hi, 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 hi. Hello. Okay, there are religions of simps, chimps, betas. I don't know what soy. Oh, soy boys. Okay, and cocks enabling and validating Western women for anything to change. It's true. It is true. But okay, but also when okay, so these men, they're just kind of running out of options because they're just being denied love, they're being denied sex, they're being denied everything. So basically in the West, they're just settling. They're like, okay, well, I have to, I guess that's what I have to do in order for have sex once a month, you know? And I mean, this is so effed up, effed up because I know in a lot of marriages in the West, as soon as the woman gets married to a man, it's that it. The sex life cut off. It's only based on when she. My boyfriend was telling me that he had a friend who had this beautiful girlfriend, wife, whatever, I don't know, and she literally had a schedule for him, and he was okay with it because she was beautiful, and he had a facade of this macho man, which he really wasn't because he put up with her attitude. And she literally had 1 day a month, and if she was having a headache, that's too bad for him. So that's what I'm saying. Like Western men don't even want to get married because they have everything to lose. They have to lose their freedom. They have to. They might they're definitely gonna lose the house, half their paycheck, and who knows what else, cars, this, that. So a man in the West has everything to lose and really little to gain, especially marrying these Western women, because for high standards you have to pay nails, this, that. Like, look, I don't. These are my nails. That I don't like. I know Ukrainian women have they first of all they like real nails anyway. Like Ukrainian women don't like all this fake stuff. I don't know even one Ukrainian woman that has fake lashes or fake nails. Man, maybe nails, that's yeah. But lashes, hair, and boobs and ass and all this is like these Western women they fake lashes, fake hair, fake nails, fake lips, fake boobs, fake ass, but they want the real man. And I keep saying, like, well, how can you expect a man to do all these things for you and you have all these high standards when you're not up to standard yourself? And on top of everything, you have a load of baggage with you, like 3 baby daddies. I mean, yeah, I don't blame Western men. They don't want to get married. Why? For what? For what? Because I noticed that the Western women when they dating, oh yeah, they look good, they take care of themselves, they look so good every day while dating. And then once they get married, it's like, yeah, I don't have to look good. I don't have to go to the gym anymore. I don't have to, I don't care. I got the ring, I'm married, he's stuck with me. Like, and then I don't want to have sex with you. So yeah, and then so of course the man is like, well, what the heck did I sign up for? Why did I get married? I mean, I don't blame man. Not one. That's why. I don't know if if you got. Obviously, you're watching this on YouTube, but check out hashtag. Oh, passport bros, right? Where men go to Asia, and other countries to find their wives, and they go. It's like I was literally just watching a video, dating video before I started my podcast. Um, interviewed this guy went to Asia somewhere, and then he was asking women, it's like, it's $1,000 a month. Is it enough to live on? She's like, oh my god, me and then and the whole family can live. I understand, yes, in Asia, of course, it's cheaper, yes, but what do you really like? To me, and to most Ukrainian women, we all we need is really essentials, right? So, like I said, it's roof over our head, bills paid, food. Without those, you can't live. That's that's common sense, right? Can you live without nails? I think you can. Can you live without extensions? I think you can. Can you live without eyelashes? Yes, I think you can. Those are not necessities. And to be honest with you, Ukrainian women, we don't need all that because we're naturally beautiful. Okay? And I'm very proud of it. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Bill. Okay, what else? Oh, okay. So what happened? Jana is no longer with us. She went her separate way. Okay, right now in Paris Olympics is men's soccer, Ukraine versus Morocco. Ooh, I wanted to watch Olympics. I was waiting because I love summer Olympics. I don't know who watches the Winter Olympics. Ugh. I guess people that like winter sports. But and then I ended up watching the shit show. Pardon my French, but literally it was a shit show. What they did, the last dinner thing. I mean, I'm not that religious, but I do respect people's religions, and I'm not watching. I'm boycotting this. Like that was what the f. I was speechless. I'm not watching the Olympics. I kind of wanna, but you know what, Bill? Let me know who wins. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Generally speaking, after how many dates with Ukrainian lady will it be appropriate to initiate a physical intimacy from the man's side? Um, I'm gonna say 3 dates. I think it's pretty standard, for 3 dates. I don't know about like sex, but I mean, me and my boyfriend, we didn't have even kiss until the third date, and we're older generation, but I guess we were both nervous too much at first. Plus, I wasn't sure if I even wanted a relationship. It's like, but because I just got out of the 15 years of abuse, so I had no intentions on dating, but it happened. So that's why I'm here, because I believe it can happen to you. It can happen to you, and chances of you finding a good woman that will love you and respect you for who you are, that will support you, it's Slavic women. Okay, not even necessarily Ukrainian, just Slavic women in general are actually good women. Like we don't chase money. Like I said that, yes, of course, money makes life very comfortable, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to have somebody. Okay, because once you have this very lavish life, right, and let's say you lose all that money, going backwards in lifestyle, it's not easy. So it's always I'm good where I am. I really don't need much to be happy. Number one, what everybody should care about. Number one is your health. Okay, because you can have all the money in the world, but if you're dying and there's no cure, well, that's it. Game over, right? Like Steve Jobs, so all you have to take care of your health. And then if you see Ukrainian women, we're all healthy. I don't know. I even my mom quit smoking for like many years, but she smoked before. But no, we don't even smoke. I don't smoke. Um, so Ukrainian women very healthy, fit. If you go to Ukraine, like I said, you don't see overweight women. No, no, I no. And here it's like it's embraced. It's like, okay, I'm 300 pounds, I'm 5'2", I love my body, and if you don't, then it's fat phobia. It's like, what? It's just unhealthy lifestyle. But anyway, okay. So let's see, John. Hey, Pat. Oh,
Hey, how you
hi.
doing?
How are you? I am good. Thanks for asking.
My trip's only 2 weeks, just about 2 weeks away.
Woo! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So, so what's happening with you? How's life?
Oh, it's going pretty good. Just going down to help my dad. Um, he has to have a left-hand gas pedal, and I've got to take it out of his old truck so he can have it ready
Mhm.
to put in his new truck. He just bought himself a new truck. He's only 77, so he
Mhm.
decided he wanted to have one more new truck. So I said, well,
Yeah, why not?
well, exactly. That's what I said. I said, if you can either afford the payment or have the cash, go nuts. So
Exactly. If you
he needs
yeah,
a
and if
hand,
you got it,
hand to
why
change
not?
that. Well,
And
yeah, he
especially,
was. Sorry.
no, you go ahead. Sorry.
No,
Mhm.
I was just going to say he was waffling a bit on it. And I says, well, if you want one, go get it. I mean, what the heck? You know?
Exactly. Why not? At least I'm pretty sure your dad has worked all his life, very hard. I think it's time for him to enjoy it. And if he wants a new truck, let him have it.
Well, that's
Uh,
that's what I say. Because when
exactly,
we
right?
were kids, he always made do with his old one and
Mhm.
never complained. He was quite happy to embrace that. So it's like,
Mhm.
do it now, and that's fine.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's work your life all your life, and might as well enjoy life too.
Well, that's
That's
just
that's.
it.
Go ahead.
I've seen old people, they refuse to do that, and they're just miserable, and it's just like, well, that bank account isn't doing you any good. So
Mhm.
quit being obsessed with the bank account and just run with it.
I know once I reach a certain age, I'm just gonna enjoy life. I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and that's it. I mean,
I
I'm not
think
gonna do anything crazy, but yeah, I'm hoping it'll be sooner than later while I'm still mobile and I can move around. So, because I kind of want to travel the world, not all the world. No, 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 but just nice, safe places. Let's put it that way.
yeah. Well, I think a person's got to enjoy it earlier, because if you say you're going to wait till a certain date and then
Mhm.
something goes sideways in your life or your health, and so
Exactly.
many people have missed opportunities to mix it in with their daily life. I've heard it before. Oh, when I retire, well, yeah, well, what if things go south when we retire? Maybe you don't have
If
enough money then, or maybe you get hurt, or you lose
if
your
you get
spouse.
to live till retirement.
Well, that happened to my grandfather's mom and dad. He came from Norway in around 1915, and oh well, when they retired, he was going to take her back to Norway. Well, she died in her early 50s, so they never got to
Mhm.
go back together. And
Yeah.
I'm sure for a while they just couldn't afford it because they weren't wealthy
Mhm.
people, but I got a feeling they could have afforded it once the kids were all moved out if they'd really wanted to.
Mhm.
And it's just a shame, right? And then he never did
Yeah.
go back.
That's how I look at it too. Like, I mean, I'm saving money, yes, but I also have a family back home to support. So, you know, kind of everything is on me.
Yeah,
And I plan on actually, I'm thinking about going to, yeah, visit my grandma. She I talk to her, and I always talk to her. I love my grandma to death. To be honest with you, I don't even love my mom as much as I don't love any of my family members as much as I love grandma.
yeah,
And she was asking me, she's like, I'm 85, and I was so we video chatting, right? And I'm like, grandma, I don't believe you're 85, because she doesn't even look it.
yeah.
And Anyway, so she got a haircut. I'm like, oh my gosh, you look so good. You got a haircut. Well, she's like, well, your birthday's coming up. That's why. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Yeah, she's nice. So yeah, I'm thinking about going in September. And at first I was thinking, I'm like, maybe I should hold off because my plans were to go in 2020, but then COVID happened, and then COVID ended. The war happened,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't want to wait and to just go and then just, God forbid, of course, but she's not
It'll
around.
bother you pretty much if you don't get over there. So I think they've gotten it pretty good for tourists to come in and so forth if she's in that area, or if you have to go to part of. Is she in Ukraine or in Russia?
In Ukraine,
Oh,
it's
okay.
in Kharkiv. It's western Ukraine. It's about excuse me, about 2 hour drive from Budapest in
Oh,
Hungary.
okay.
And it's okay there. It's quiet. They do the alarm or whatever, this wee thing.
Yeah.
From time to time they cut off their electricity for 6 hours a day from 11 till 2 and from 8 till 11 in the evening. So yeah, and then she was complaining about, because it's really hot. It's like plus 42, 43 there. It's unbearable. And then she made the big pot of borscht and it went bad, and she was
Oh dear.
upset. She's like, you better come here so I can feed you. I'm like, Grandma, last time I went, I gained 20 pounds. And I don't mind even 20 pounds. You can't really tell on me. I literally know my weight by, I don't even have to weigh myself. That's how good I know my body. But yeah, she's like, so what? Like, your man loves you anyway. I'm like, I know. And her food is so good. It's like, it's hard to say no
Yeah.
because the food is so good. And yeah, I miss my grandma's cooking so much. She's the best cook ever. I want to say I'm as good as her. I want to say I'm even maybe a little better, because she doesn't know how to make maybe like sushi and stuff like that, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a lot more versatile because I live here. So she's kind of, but Ukrainian and Russian cooking, oh no,
Yeah.
hands down, is the best. Anyway, so yeah, so I plan on going probably in September. I have some things to take care of before I go. And I don't want to go there right now. It's too hot, like plus 43, and it's really humid there. So
Oh
no,
boy.
no. I'm like, how do you guys even survive? She's like, I try not to move around too much. I'm like, it makes sense.
Just kind of smolter. We were doing that last week and the week before up here. Holy crap, it was hot. We
It
didn't
was
have
really hot.
43, but we did have 37.
But here, the thing is that the climate is so dry.
Yeah.
I remember the first summer I was here, and my dad took me to Callaway Park. I don't know. It's like an amusement park.
Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah, and I thought, I'm like, oh man, it's so hot and it's sunny, and I was here literally like I think a couple of weeks, if that. And so I wore little shorts and a little tank top, thinking I'm gonna get some suntan. And my dad is like, use some use some sunblock. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is a sunblock? He's like, well, just to block the sun. And I'm like, I don't want to block the sun. I want to get a nice tan. And he's like, you're gonna burn. I'm like, I never burn. He's like, it's a different climate. I'm like, no, I never burn. He's like, okay. I try to tell you, you don't listen, fine. And yeah, what do you know? And then I was like literally shedding skin layer after layer for weeks. I was like, what is this? I'm like, okay, Dad, I'll listen to you next time. He's like, yeah, I hope you
Warned
will.
you.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you said you're going in a couple of weeks, right? And you said
Yeah.
you're going to Turkey, right?
Meeting her in Antalya, Turkey.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we were just
And you
talking
said,
back and forth what the temperature was going to be, and they say it's quite warm, probably going to be quite warm. So water adventures will be a good thing to do, I think.
yes, stay near the water. That's good. Even here, if you want to go sit in the sun, you have to have some water just to dip in. I kind of want to go sit in the backyard, but I realized my house doesn't have like like the outside outlet for water, the faucet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
It doesn't work. or doesn't have one?
I don't even have one. I thought that
Oh,
every house has one, but I looked everywhere and I can't find it. So it's weird. Anyway, I guess I can hook it up from the inside of the house, but I really don't care. There's a lot to do at my house. There's really backyard is kind of a mess. I had to cut down lots of trees and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, no need to water anything. I kind of want everything to die out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was asking me what was I going to take for clothes? Well, I have a handful of t-shirts and a few pairs of pants. I don't, and they're all dark, so it's like
Yeah, dark. Well, at least in dark clothes. Okay, I used to have this sweating problem before, and I think it's because of the climate change too. I used to sweat even when I was cold,
yeah,
and all my clothes for many years it was only black clothes because
yeah,
I couldn't wear anything colorful because I would sweat winter's time. It doesn't matter in huge stains.
yeah.
But then I guess my body got used to it or whatever happened, and then I used some dry soap. But anyway, so yeah, I black is it. It's slimming, but in the summertime, it's not the best thing. Are you getting her anything like any souvenirs or something?
Well, when I get there, I'll get something for her because I get there a day ahead of time.
Mhm.
So because
You don't
that
want
way
to
I
bring her
meet her at
something
the
from
airport.
Canada? I don't know. I think she would really appreciate it if you got her something like a something Canadian, like a T-shirt that's like Canada, something
Oh,
something.
okay, that's a good idea.
It is, yeah. Believe me, it's for some reason when I went back, when my friends were all asking me, "Can you bring me a T-shirt that says I'm from Canada or can something Canada?"
No, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so, something really small. I don't know. Like what kind of things she into?
Well, that's the thing is that I really don't know. We haven't talked a whole lot about that. It's like I mentioned before, she's very shy on her English, and she's
Yeah.
saving those things for the in-person talk. So
Mhm.
I really don't know what her tastes are, other than she likes silk. She got me to buy her something from Silk that she could order if it was going to be there in time.
Mhm.
And so I'll have to see what I can find. But I like that. That's a good idea about getting something with Canada written on it.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
going to get
yeah.
myself a lapel pin just for myself, but I hadn't thought of that. So,
Yeah, I know for sure she would appreciate it. It's like, oh, she's gonna be rocking that T-shirt later on, and so they're like,
yeah.
I'm telling you straight up, that's exactly what's gonna
Oh,
happen.
I believe it because there was this little plastic pig that came on a set of flowers I got her. And
Hmm.
she keeps sending me pictures with that little pig in frame. And it's just like, I didn't even really pick it. It was just came with the package, but she has it. And
See, this is what I'm talking about. Ukrainian women, we appreciate little gifts that really come from your heart.
yeah,
Okay, because listen, and these expensive rings, all this and that, how women here, it's like, oh, it has to be at least 5,000, 10,000. I've listened to women talk about this in YouTube videos. They're like, it has to be 50,000. If I'm gonna be his wife, it has to be 200,000. I'm like,
yeah,
what universe are you living in? Like $200,000, you can buy a freaking house for that money.
yeah.
And then you're walking around with that ring, walking on the street, some bum will see it, will hit you over the head, steal it, and there you go. There goes your house.
Exactly. It's
Like,
gone.
see, Ukrainian women, we're very practical. We don't want to end up being homeless because we want a big ring or anything like this. No, it's just common sense to have that money for the rainy day, or for even just to go on a vacation. For me, I told my man, I'm like, if you ever plan on buying me a ring, don't. Okay,
Yeah,
just don't. I don't need it. First of
yeah,
all, like I don't care for jewelry at all. Like it's just dangling here and gets caught in my hair. The necklaces. I already took it off because I can't handle it.
yeah,
Rings, same thing. My fingers are too skinny; they fall off me. So I don't care for this stuff. I do like nice clothes, nice shoes, but again, I buy stuff on sale. I go to Winners. I always find something good, and then I will go buy. I actually bought these Italian sandals. not too long ago. I paid $40. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to a shoe store. I saw them. They were $80.
Yeah.
Same freaking pair. So I'm like, and Ukrainian women, we like to shop around. Like me, I feel like I want a prize when I get something on sale, and then I see it for like more. I'd be so proud. I'd be like texting my boyfriend, and guess what? Guess what I bought, and guess how much I paid, and then just I get excited about this. Where women here just like, oh, that's not enough. What is enough? What do you have? What do you have? Like seriously, most of these women here, they don't have anything to offer, but they want so much from men, and men in Western society just kind of beat down,
Hmm.
and a lot of them literally just settle. You know,
Yeah.
they settle because they're like, okay, well, like I mentioned before, men get married because they just want to have this one partner that they don't need to impress each time, go through all this stuff, always these dates, expensive things, I just want to have someone who understands them, who supports them, who gives them love, and they don't need to worry about like, and they obviously, men, I know men have a lot of testosterone, so they're horny creatures. Okay, we're all adults here, right? So men do need sex on regular basis, and women here, they get married. It's like, okay, well, I need this and this and that, and if you don't do this for me, the sex is cut off. But you're married, so if you go elsewhere, it's cheating.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind. How can you expect a man to be faithful to you if you don't give him the cat? I mean,
Well, and my late ex-wife would play that game, and it's just like, okay, you want to see how long you can go? I'll show you how long I can go. you know,
yeah.
it becomes a ridiculous little game, and it doesn't work. Doesn't work at all.
Okay, let's see what to do in China. Okay, one second. But let's see. In China, asking for a date, and she accepts, you're already in a relationship. What is the hold back becomes like here, I know here, and sometimes you'd be dating a woman thinking that you guys are dating because you're having sex, you're going on dates, and then you find out, oh no, we're not dating. It's like, wait, what? I don't know. And then let's see what's Monster Mike. No, Mike is it Mike? Yes, Mike. If you have a relationship with someone, just remember it's just your turn until lust and temptation kicks in. That's again. That's again. If your relationship is only based on sex, that if you just literally in a relationship for sex, it's not gonna last either. Because in the end, if you think about this, in the end, if you want to stay with the same person for the rest of life, it's the companionship that matters, right?
Yeah.
Because to me, I mean, it looks aren't everything. To me, okay, so I know it's funny, but my grandma always told me, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna marry the most beautiful man with so much money, and that's gonna take me out to dinners all the time, and he's gonna be so good looking, and blah blah blah. And she's like, you know what, girl, like, you're too young for this, but once you get older, you understand. A man should be a little bit better looking than a gorilla, as long as it's true. And but also, one thing that Ukrainian Russian men, they're literally just a little bit better looking than the gorilla. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bash them. It's just it kind of blows my mind because Ukrainian Russian women are so good looking and breeding with Ukrainian Russian men, and men are not good looking. It's rare to find a good looking Russian or Ukrainian men a little bit more better looking than Russian men. Russian men, just I can see them a mile away and I know this is a Russian dude.
Yeah.
And like I said, they feel they're entitled, because that's how society. So the women, like I said, they cook, they clean. It's in our blood. So they expect
Take it for
all these
granted.
things. And they take our women for granted. Exactly, that's
Yeah.
what it is. Like I've watched my mom in 2 relationships, and she did everything right.
Yeah.
But again, she
She,
she she didn't love herself. I guess, she's had a rough life, so she
yeah,
just didn't. She wasn't confident. She didn't, even though my mom was gorgeous. She was
yeah,
a size zero till she had my brother, and she had my brother when she was 40 years old.
yeah.
So she always took care of.
We need to mix up the. We need to give the Western women a dose of the Eastern men, and vice
Yes,
versa.
exactly. That's exactly what they would straighten out so fast. If we
Because
brought all
boy,
the
do they sure get mad now that there's those of us looking to the east and that, and oh, are they mad that we're passing them
oh
for going east? It's like I've seen quite a few videos where they're complaining about that and trying to say you guys are just uneducated buffoons and that, and it's just then you see the odd like
what's funny that
Thai
you
woman
can.
that'll come on and say, "Oh, do you want to see the university I went to?" And
What's funny, because when I finished school, by the it's completely different system. First of
yeah,
all, so by the time I was in 11th grade, because we only go to 11th grade, we don't need 12 grades. I we were studying 15 subjects,
yeah,
okay, and it was not optional. You had to do it,
yeah,
okay. And the good thing also, so all boys and girls had well, it was called trudy anyway, so it's like job. So basically it's a skill class. The boys, they were taught how to be handyman, so fix things, build things, stuff
yeah,
like that. Women were taught how to cook, how to crochet, knit, these kind of things. And that, like, and here like you all, if you go to school, I understand. In some ways, I guess it's easier if you just only want to learn one thing, and then you don't really want to spread your horizons or whatnot, right? Or you only good at math, right? So you
yeah.
just want to be a mathematician or whatnot, right? But yeah, they call us, yeah, it's like, oh, they're uneducated, this, that, well, you know what, do men really care if the woman is educated? No,
Like
they
if
don't.
intelligent,
They don't care, exactly. I know so many people that have bachelor degrees, doctorates, but they're so stupid in life.
yeah,
All they can talk about is their job, is
yeah,
one thing that they're good at, but they're not good at anything else. They don't have any people skills. They don't have any life skills. They're not street smart. They're they're only good at one thing and one thing only, right?
yeah,
So it's like, okay, yeah. And I know so many that have bought their degrees. Yeah, you can even you can print out a fake freaking degree and slap it on the wall. Who's gonna know, right?
yeah.
Come on. And oh, I know men don't care about these things, because men,
No, care
not
about
only.
intelligence. I don't want
Exactly.
somebody that's stupid. I want somebody that can
Exactly.
challenge me in my thinking.
Exactly my point. This is how I look at it too. Like for me, maybe I could date someone who's really good looking, but do I care about this? No, I don't, because in the end, I want somebody that I can, on a bad day, if I'm in pain, I have some issues with my ovaries, so like not all the time I want to have sex, so right.
Yeah,
So I cherish the moments where we just sit together and we read a book together, we watch a movie, we play cards, or we play backgammon. Haven't played chess yet, but going to.
yeah,
Yeah, let's see who's that. But just simple things. I really don't need to be going to fancy places. For me, it's just even staying at home and having a deep conversation. Sometimes we go for hours. We turn off the lights and we just talk in the dark. Have a
yeah,
candle going. That's I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't need much. Honestly, I
yeah,
don't. I do want to travel, yes, but I understand right now the things are tight, but it's okay. I'll wait.
yeah,
It's no big deal. Money is always there to be made,
yeah.
and it's easier for a man to make more money if he has a supportive wife. You
Hmm.
know, and I keep telling men and women too. The the hardest and the biggest decision of your life, it's not your career, because career is easy to change.
Yeah.
It's your life partner. Okay, I've seen men with not just a couple of millions, but tens of millions of dollars, and I mean like super filthy rich, lose it all because they met this one wretched, evil, just piece of crap woman that looks good, and even prior to the wedding, yeah, she looked good. This and she still look good after, but they destroyed those men. This I told you, one woman she destroyed. He was multimillionaire. He had like literally mansion in Chestermere. Do you know Chestermere, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a very expensive area. There's like nothing under $1 million. Like even the condos minimum is
Yeah.
$1 million probably. So he had literally on the lake, not for backyard, and there's lake. Had a boat, had everything. And I don't know what happened. He became a drug addict because of her, because she was into this kind of stuff. So he just lost it all completely. He lost his marbles, he lost his money, he lost everything because of her.
Yeah.
One woman. And then and her other boyfriend died. I'm sorry to hear that, because he was a very good man. Also, multimillionaire. He didn't die because of her, but she put him through hell. And when he was in the accident, okay, so he had a bunch of rental properties, right? And he was not even with her anymore, but he was in an accident, so he was a vegetable. He was hooked up to the machine, right? So he was brain dead, and it was the end of the month, so she went to his tenants and she's like, "I need rent." And they're like, "Who are you?" They're like, "I'm his girlfriend." And they're like, "Wait, what?" So they call the sister, right? And the sister was like, right? She's like, no, of course they didn't give her the money, because no, why would I give you them? Who are you?
Yeah.
Just some tramp showing up at the door. And she was demanding it, right? And I'm like, really, your boyfriend is literally brain dead, and you go and try to because she already knew that it was the family was just saying goodbye to him. They just kept him on for a few more days just to say goodbye, because other family had to fly in. She didn't even come to see him until the day before they unplugged him. And of course, the sister and the family just like wanted to beat the crap out of her. I mean, I don't blame them. So, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. It's just ratchet. And actually, she's from Russia. So I'm not, listen, there are degenerates, there are ugly, not look wise, but ugly from the inside. But when you're ugly on the inside, it shows on the outside too.
Yeah.
No matter how much makeup you put on, I can always see an evil person. Like as women, doesn't matter what you put on your face or what nails and how pretty you look. I can just tell ratchet or evil from miles away. Believe me that. And but I'm just saying, in Ukraine, maybe here, if like just because she has Ukrainian blood, she's born and raised here, she might still, if the parents are really still hardcore, Ukrainian traditional, she'll still be. But again, I look at my sister, half sister. She's Canadian, no matter what. Even though my dad is still very traditional, and my stepmom, but she's very Canadian, kind of like lazy and doesn't really want to do it. And she cooks, but not good. and don't get me wrong, I'm not being bitter or anything. No, she has an idea of good cooking, good ingredients, but lacks all the seasoning. So everything just tastes bland. Makes it look pretty, yes, but the taste, no.
Yeah.
But then again, her mom doesn't know how to cook anyway. So. But her grandma, mwah, so good. And I don't know how did this go wrong? Like you have your grandma, you have your mom. How come you didn't learn how to cook? But again, I my grandma, my mom always cook with love. So this is I love to cook. I love to cook and spend hours and hours in the kitchen. And at one point I was even thinking I should maybe become a chef, but I don't want to start hating what I love, right? And when it's like
Hmm.
it's really hard job
And
to
it
do.
becomes a job.
When it becomes a job, it's kind of like you just, and then people complaining, and I
Yeah.
know for a fact it would really hurt my feelings. I don't care if you call me ugly, but if you don't like my food, I will be heartbroken. I'm not even joking.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. The lady I'm going to see does paintings, and I got her to show me one, and she made me promise that I wouldn't criticize it because it's so much from the heart.
I am too. I'm actually finishing my painting.
Unfortunately, I
Every
could be
day.
honest. I did like it actually. It's the ones I don't like are when people basically take a paint can and throw it at the wall and call that
Yes,
art.
I
I don't
know.
like that at all. But hers, there
Some
was
of them,
definitely color and a scene, and you could see it. Like
I
it was nice.
I have seen some where they actually do some cool designs, but it's, yeah, they just throw some paint. It's cool, yes, don't get me wrong, but I like to actually paint and put my, and I'm very nervous because I'm making it for my man. But I'm nervous, what if he doesn't like it? And even though I made him something a little small already,
I'm sure
and
he'll love it.
and yeah, but honestly, like, his friend was coming over for the first time for dinner, and I've never made alfredo sauce before. And I asked him to get some Parmesan cheese, and I needed crumble, but then he brought me the shaved one, that kind of like in big flakes.
Yeah.
And when I'm making it, and it's not the right consistency, so I'm freaking out, and I'm about to cry. He's like, "Do you want me to go and get the Alfredo sauce?" I'm like, "No, no, like, no, like, what, out of the can? No, that's not gonna happen." I'm like, oh, so I'm panicking, but anyway, it turned out very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, so that was, yeah, and yeah, the dinner was good, and literally, I always, every time I make a meal, first of all, I make pretty plates too, and people ask, why do you make them so pretty? You're just gonna eat it anyway. And I'm like, first of all, you eat with your eyes,
Yeah.
then the smell, and then the taste, right? If it
Yeah.
looks like a pile of crap, even if it tastes good, you're already like, I shouldn't, maybe
Yeah.
I shouldn't try it, right? So yeah, so and he was very happy, just made him so happy because his best friend and his girlfriend just had a wonderful time. We chit chatted for hours, and to me, like, this is all I need. That's that's how most Ukrainian women are. The only thing we're asking is stability.
Yeah.
Stability. You don't have to make $100,000 a year. To just make enough for yourself. I can take care of myself, right? And then
Yeah.
once we're together, it's completely different dynamics because he is helping me out, I'm helping him out. So, and it's not like he does things for me without me asking him. I don't ever ask him for anything, right? I don't. He does this. He buys me things like I my microphone on my laptop wasn't working, so he went and bought me one. And I'm like, oh my god, you didn't have to buy me a camera for it. I tried to put it on here because this camera is not as good, but I couldn't figure it out. So I'm not very tech savvy. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Tech savvy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that good. Okay, let's see. Someone. Oh yeah, I already seen this. It's okay. Let's see what he has to say about Ukrainian women. They know how to manipulate as long as Sims put them up on a pedestal. You will be used and abused as much as you like. Exactly. Well, that's so true. So true. If you don't have a backbone, if you right away just people pleasers always live a miserable life. That's 100% sure. Like, women don't have to be like an alpha male. No, no, but you have to have respect for yourself. You have to have boundaries. If you don't have
Yeah.
boundaries, The woman, even if she had no intentions on doing on walking all over you, but if you are just gonna lie down there and be like, there, walk,
Yeah.
she will. I know this from my own experience. I've had men where they're just like, okay, you can do whatever it is that you want, and I'm like, I lost respect. I was like, really? You just let me do whatever I want, and you're still walking, like you're still kissing the ground that I walk on? Like, doesn't make any sense. I want a man who has boundaries, who has respect for himself, that won't let me just mouth off for no reason. It's like yeah, like you literally, women lose respect for men that just they have no backbone, because in my eyes, a man is someone is a creature that is strong physically and mentally, that is a protector, provider. Yes and no. It's I don't expect a man to provide everything for me. Like, it's 21st century these days. It's not like back in, uh, caveman ages, where the man was the provider because the man was strong. He had to go fight a saber-tooth tiger, to get some meat, to put on the
Well,
table.
I had my papa's cousin's um his cousin or his cousin's dad died, and this
Hmm.
is like in the 30s, 1930s, and so his mother was left with just herself and her daughter. And in 1930, what was she going to do? Well, she had to move in with her brothers. It was either get married again real quick, like,
Hmm.
because he died all of a sudden. There was an accident. It wasn't
Yeah.
anything malicious. He just dropped, and nobody knew there was anything wrong with him. And so she was just lost. She didn't know what to do, but she had two brothers that she moved in with,
Mhm.
and they supported her. But just because that in that time there was nothing for a single mother to do in 1930.
Yeah.
It was find another man or take your chances that way. Or she had two brothers and she moved in with them.
Yeah,
So
but
it
back
was
in the
just
day, that's how it was. And I even watch sometimes videos of when I actually watched this video early in the morning. The difference, when they were taking, they're doing surveys from women from 60s. What are you attracted to? What And not one woman out of like 20 of them mentioned that she was attracted to his wealth. Women would just describe literally the intelligence, that the maybe it's some talents, a musician, maybe an artist. Then they would describe, oh, I like the dad bod, or I like this guy tall man, I like short men. So, but not one of them ever said, oh, well, I'm attracted to a wealthy man. But nowadays, and then they show the video of women asking, what are you attracted to? First freaking thing that comes out of the mouth, bank account. Not necessarily bank account, but yeah, how much you
yeah,
make,
money. They want 1.2 million. Yeah, yeah. I've
right?
watched a lot of those videos too.
Right?
It's
Like,
like
it's what, like 1% of the
half a
population?
percent of men that have fall into that category, and you've got women that barely qualify for the bottom 30% of men. And oh
Yeah,
god,
those women don't even deserve a Happy Meal from McDonald's.
no,
And then it's like, hi. And I also, like, I follow a few YouTube channels, and these guys, they have always have these women, and they have these topics on feminism and blah, 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 this kind of crap. Anyway, and then there was this girl, like, she is three at best with makeup on,
yeah,
three baby daddies, and she's a, what is it, OnlyFans
yeah,
model. I don't know. I wouldn't want her to model anything other than a big tarp.
yeah.
Okay, not even a
Stand
joke.
behind it and stand behind it,
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
don't
just
talk,
hold
and
it
don't
like this.
talk.
Yes. And I was looking at her, and I was laughing because even if I was a guy and I never even had sex, I guess I don't know. I've never been a man, so I don't know how horny you are. But I know I'm not horny. But I would not even want to sleep with her because she's just nasty looking, right? And I don't even. But again, men in the West, they just got so I don't know, just so beat down by these women that it's normal to them that to hear this from a woman that well, I have three baby daddies and you have to make this much to date me. Well, what about your baby daddies? You
Yeah.
had three of them. What happened? Why didn't you guys get married then?
Oh,
Like,
they get mad.
yes, and then but they're okay with having kids with deadbeats, and that they complain about, oh, he's a deadbeat and blah blah blah. But and then at the same time, they want the next man. Well, I have three kids, so he has to make that much. But why does the man, your new man, has to pay for your kids that have their baby daddies? They have their dads.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, my stepdad took care of me. He came in. He was the father for me. He's the one who raised me. He was the one who gave me love and care, and he provided for me and my mother. Yes, but those men don't. Most men don't want to raise someone else's kid.
No. The one I watch, he always criticizes saying, don't deal with a single mother. And yes, there's a bunch of them you don't want to deal with, but I don't have that barrier in the fact that I have a criteria that I have to have. Like if you want me to be a single parent or come into another family, I wouldn't tolerate that. Well, it's not my kids. I can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had that conversation with a couple of women I dated. You've got
Mm-hmm.
kids, that's fine, but I'm not just going to be the whipping post and get in trouble for either apathy or empathy, because I said I just won't do it.
Especially when the kid is okay. I know here kids don't really have much discipline or structure, and a lot of them are spoiled rotten.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine coming into a relationship and a man has, let's say, he's got young kids. I'm not allowed to discipline them.
Yeah.
Right. And they can act however they want towards me or in front of me, being disrespectful and stuff. This relationship wouldn't even start. Okay.
No.
Would not start, period. I have nothing against dating a man with kids, no, but as long as they're respectful,
Yeah.
as long as they're kind and nice,
Yeah.
I have no problems whatsoever. I have no problems with that, because sometimes, like for example, with my mom loved my dad. My dad did not love her. She got pregnant. He calls me a mistake. But I
Yeah.
look at myself and I'm like, I'm a beautiful mistake, because your other daughter is not even nearly as good looking as I am. But that's not that's I'm just
Yeah.
shooting stuff. But anyway, so she wanted to be with him and she would have spent the rest of her life with him. But he's the one who cheated on her. He found somebody else. He left her. He left me. He said he'd never leave me. But then he left, and and she was left alone. But the thing is, when my dad brought my mom from Russia, because she's from Russia, right?
Yeah.
And they met in university. So when he brought her to Ukraine, and my stepdad, actually, he was my dad's best friend. And then when he saw her, he fell in love with her right away, right?
Yeah.
And he told himself, and he told me after, he's like, when I saw your mom, I knew that I was going to wait for her. And my stepdad was a very eligible bachelor. He's a dentist. He had money. He had so many young women. My mom is 4 years older than him with the kids, and he still wanted to be with her because she's a good person. She's kind. She's sweet, and that's what he was looking for. He was looking for someone like her, but she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in those cases. But here, I just see kids. I see kids acting out in like Walmart. This one kid a while back, I was choosing candy with my headphones, and then apparently he was putting in the stuff in the cart. Mom didn't want it. He started throwing it, hit me in the face. I turned around. I told her a piece of my mind. I told the kid a piece of my mind. She got all upset and she's like, hey, don't talk to my kid like this. And I'm like, well, did you not put a muzzle on your kid and put a leash? I mean, seriously, what is going on? Why do I get hidden with candy in my face?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just, and yeah, you can't discipline the kid, but then she wants you to provide for the kid. Like, how does this even happen, right? At least I know Ukrainian women, they don't expect you to be like, okay, to be a dad right away. But the kids, we discipline the kids. Okay. If I would never act out, if I ever acted out that I didn't get the candy I wanted, I would get a beat down right there and then. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but it kept me, grounded. So
Yeah. But I better fly here. I've got to head down south. So
okay.
talk to you again.
Yes, okay, Pat. Yes, and then keep me posted. I'm gonna be back here tomorrow because Irina, she can't make it tomorrow due to unfortunate circumstances. So I'll be here
Alrighty.
if you can come join me. Okay.
You bet. Take care.
Okay.
Bye
Have a
bye.
good one. Okay, bye. Okay, so you told your sister about their education, and that means nothing to anyone but themselves and their employer. I only have one sister, and she has an education, and I'm not sure what. Yeah, again, education. You don't need to go to college to be educated. Honestly, you don't. Libraries, they're free right now. You can get books for free if you have access to internet. Again, you can read on a lot of things. Teach yourself. There's so many people. There's so many people that actually went to jail and decided to turn their life around and came out with a degree. So it's all about, you can educate yourself. You don't need to go to school to be educated, or you can go to school and you still be stupid in life. So let's see. I don't know what this means to do. Okay, these guys are. Let's see. Wife who complains about her input, her requirements, her results, and needs is just demanding roommates. Yes, yes. Listen, I said that before, and I will keep preaching it. If the person that you love and you care for your relationship, if they put their own needs before yours, go. Just leave. You have no business being with that person, because you I don't know. I think you should find someone who loves you more than you love them, but also it makes sense and it doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's just, but when the person loves you, they will go out of their ways to make you happy, to see you smile, and it is really hard to even like call your man to tell him, or your woman to say, hey baby, I just miss your voice. I just want to say have a good day at work. I love you. I can't wait to see you. And it's died down in Western society. It's just people, first of all, people texting, and people stop even communicating. It's mostly via text messaging and then all these social medias, and it's so easy nowadays to replace your partner rather than work hard at the relationship and change the dynamics. You work on the issue, talk it out, communication. There's people stop communicating at this point. They're just like, oh well, you know what, he doesn't want to do, like, we disagree on this, so you know what, that's it, moving on, next. And again, it's social media that's ruining it for a lot of people, and setting up all these high standards. And the thing is, Why all these high standards in US? Because like I said, you have an abundance of everything, the food, clothes, this, that, like you have things. Like I just look at things that they come up with different things like to make your life easier when they don't even make your life easier, like all sorts of items that just spending money on stupid things where all you really need is food, water, bills, home. That's all you really need, right? That's how Ukrainian women are. Because you can't feed yourself, with a $20,000 ring, and you have to sell it in order for you to eat, right? Material things, I don't know, they come and go, right? But true love stays, no matter what. Like I said, my grandma stuck around with my grandpa, and she still could have left him, because she's still good looking and she still has gentlemen courting her. They want to be with her, and she's like, no, I love my husband. I'm done. That's it. That's it. Okay, let's see. I know I'm going a little bit longer than anticipated, but I'm having fun. So, what do women bring to the table but thing that is in reality shared experiences? Exactly, right? I mean, other than a set of skills, like I said, cooking, it doesn't come easy to, well, in Western society, I guess, yeah. But just just being, yes, exactly. What in the end, in the end of life, both of you are old, nothing really works, all dried up. Obviously, no sex life. That's the companionship, it's the memories, the time that you guys share together. Really, are you gonna remember this Gucci or Versace purse he bought for you? No, those things don't matter. They don't, because in the end, it's your life. It's the good moments, the bad moments, the hard, the light. It's the time, exactly time you share. Really, are you really gonna think? And I mean, when you die, where do you think you're gonna take your money with you? Where, especially if you're going to hell? I don't think the devil would really care about your money. So, like I said, it's good to have money. Yes, it just makes life easier. But as Ukrainian women, we've been through so much hardship, that we we don't need much to survive. You throw me in the woods, give me maybe bear spray. There are bears there, and like a hunting knife, I'll survive. Okay, so let's see. Don't women get something too when having some? If you don't like it, don't mess with men. Are you talking about sex here? Yeah, I mean, but do you know that 1 of 4 women has never even had an orgasm? So yeah, that's, and then still settle down because we just want companionship, right? Anyway, let's see what else. Okay, so women are always telling us you don't own me, but also quit. Uh, claim that whatever you have is theirs. Okay, well, not women. You mean Western women, okay? Western women. And, well, owning, like, no, well, you don't really own. I mean, what, I'm sure back in the day you could own slaves, right? You still had to pay for them to buy them. But yeah, owning this, it's just a really loose way of saying, yeah, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, like, I know my boyfriend doesn't own me, but he owns my heart, my soul, and he owns my love. So in that sense, he owns me, yes. But own me as a what? I'm not a slave, of course. And yes, and in Western society, I've heard women say that so many times. It's like, oh well, I I got this degree and I'm making this much money, but my money is my money and your money is our money. So make it make sense to me. You say you're independent, but you want and you're making, let's say, $100,000. I've heard these successful women. Well, I make over $100,000, so my man has to make twice as much as I'm making. Okay, fine, but then he has to pay for everything. And it's like, well, what? So basically, you say you bring something to the table, which is a big paycheck because you can't cook, you don't like to clean, you don't do anything around the house. So what do you really bring when you say, "Oh well, I have this job. I'm at whatever. I'm making $100,000 a year," but the man has to still pay the bill. So what do you bring? You bring your diploma in? I mean, what is that good for? Because really, if poop hits the fan, right? Let's say a zombie apocalypse. Don't you want a woman that can cook something, whip up something out of nothing, really? Or do you want that woman? Oh, good, look, look, look! I got like bachelor's and BA. Hello, look at this. Like again, men are simple creatures. They want a loyal, faithful, supportive wife that doesn't nag him, that the woman should be a man's piece. Men have so much to deal with. Men are way more stressed than women, to be honest with you. And men go through so much stress and depression. And I know that they're even scared to talk about this. And which is so sad because women always like, oh, women's health, I'm so depressed. Everybody pay attention to me. But do they, do women even care about in the West? About their man being so depressed that they literally end their lives because they're just like, "Well, what do I do in this life? Like, I can't find myself a good woman. I want to have children. I want to have family, but I can't find someone. All they do is just work, work, work. And then I just go through one bad relationship to another. And then women use and abuse them. Like Pat said, and I agree with this. The best, wake up call for Western women is Eastern men. That's all they need, right? And I'm telling you, Western men and Eastern European women and Eastern women in general, that's a perfect match. Okay. Okay, let's do yeah, click the claim. If they are carrying your ring, they are marked. That's it. Yeah, but so many times they take the ring, they leave you, and they keep the ring. Seen that happen before? Plenty of times. Just look at what Jennifer Lopez collected 7 rings. And each ring is like $1 million worth. Okay. But anyway. What is this inside? Okay, well, this is these guys. Just do. Well, these guys are just having fun over here. Anyway, you guys. Okay, let's see. Not the hard work, which do. Yes, I noticed that in the West, people don't like to work hard, and especially new generation, they don't even want to work. Not not hard, but they just don't even want to work anymore. They're just like, no, I'm too good for this. I want a man to support me, to do everything for me, and I want to be stay at home wife, but have no responsibilities of being a wife, like cooking, cleaning. They want, so basically, you just want to stay home and be lazy. That's what most Western women want. And again, I'm not saying all. I've met so many nice women that have values, that have morals, that have that they're traditional too. And even though they were born raised here, but because they were raised in the right with love and care, and in with parents that taught them the right way to live, right? People here, and it's not just women, just people in general, they're very entitled, because again, because of the abundance of everything here. It's like all so lazy that people don't even want to go to the store to shop. They just buy everything online. Some people don't even get out of the house anymore, right? So I'm just saying that it mm, yeah, I see that just too much of everything, too easy, too many of these Tinders, whatever, these dating sites where women just have a social media and they have guys always, DM, like DMing them, oh, you're so beautiful, blah blah blah. And that's why they're like, well, if it doesn't work out with this guys, I still have another, 10 waiting in line, and they just shows that they don't want to work hard. They don't want to work on the relationship. It's easier for them to just replace a man or a woman. Well, a man in this situation, just to replace him. Be, because there's always another guy, because it's easier for a woman to find a date someone than for a man. Even if a man is good looking and established, it's harder for a man to find a woman than for a woman to find a man. So anyway, all right. I think I should get going because it's already almost 2 hours. No, okay, one sec. Let's see. They didn't think the equality will lead them losing their control over men. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What equality? I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. How can women and men be equal? It's just not possible. Physically, not possible. Mentally, not possible. Emotionally, not possible. Well, mentally, no. I take that back. Sorry. Yeah, but emotionally, women are more emotional creatures. We have our feminine, like female hormones going through. So yes, around that time of the month, we cry for no reason or whatever it is. Men just physically stronger, strong-minded, more strong-minded than women. So that there you go. There's just in plain sight, we can be equal. Okay, we can be equal in our marriage, in our relationship, yes, on equal level, yes, and it should be that way, right? But again, I don't think that the dynamics of the relationship should be even taken out in public. you know I think that whatever problems or issues, or not even, the best way to have a happy life is to have a private life. That's another reason I don't care for no social media. I don't want people to know my business. Yes, I say, I talk to you guys about my man. Yes, just to give you examples of how Ukrainian women are. But I don't talk even to my girlfriend. Like, if I'm having issues like with my man, yeah, big time issues. Like if we like have a big fight, yes, of course I'll go to vent with her, to her. But other than that, no. I mean, you have to keep your personal life personal, because when you're happy, it's it's easy for others to hate you. Because a lot of people, they always compare themselves to others. And in Western society, do you know what's crazy? That the women, they always compare themselves to women that have more, that have a better man, that have a better job, that have a better car, better house, or they always try to compare themselves to them and then lash out on their man. Well, my girlfriend's her man, he bought her $10,000 ring, and what, you spend like $1,000 on mine? I don't want this. Why don't you compare yourself to someone who has nothing? Why don't you compare yourself and be grateful for what you have? People like a lot of people here are very ungrateful, because I come where I came from in Ukraine. Everybody's poor, okay, but we are happy to be alive, to be healthy, right? And then I come here and people complain about, even kids these days, like, oh, I want an iPhone 15 or whatever the latest model is, and then the parents can't afford one. It's like they talk back to their parents, like, oh, you're good for nothing, I hate you, this, that. Oh, God, good God, if I talk like that to my parents, my dad would send me flying to the moon, if not further than that. Why can't women just compare themselves with someone who is living a crappy life somewhere, who has nothing, who is struggling all their lives? Here, if you're a woman, there's always things, the government will help. In Ukraine, nobody cares. If you don't make it on your own, nobody cares. Literally nobody. Okay, the government, we don't have homeless shelters. I think we have, like, we've had orphanages, so yeah, but I've never heard of having like a woman's shelter or anything like this. There's no such thing. So, okay, let's see. Oops, no, this is the one. Feminist has that modern women would believe that they are be all modern society. They are claiming Thanos like abilities. Yes, you're right. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, Zhenya, could you please how ladies could figure out the serious men from the fun ones when approaching them? Sorry about this. Sorry, my phone shut the heck up. I'm so sorry. Sorry. That's my work. Anyway. So serious men. Well, how can I figure out serious men? Well, first of all, you obviously have to talk about the future. And I'm telling you, all the women that we have here, don't be caught off guard if they ask you, oh, for crying out, sorry about this. Okay, hello. 1 second. Anyway, so you have to obviously this, and I'm telling you, don't get surprised if the woman is gonna be like, well, when are you coming to see me, or when do you plan on they, because Ukrainian women, we don't like to waste time, we want to settle down, we want to start a family, we want to be loved and be taken care of, not necessarily financial, but what women in the West, what they mean here is like, take care of me financially. I want to be taken care of emotionally when I'm having a bad day. If I'm just going through some rough time, I don't care for money. I just want a hug. I want my man to be strong for me when I'm weak. And that's a huge support too. And women here, they're just like, well, no, you have to support me by paying my bills. But and again, you can have all the money in the world. One bad investment, money's gone. And if the woman doesn't love you for you, you'll see she'll just walk right out and still take whatever you have left. She'll take that. So, okay, let's see. Zhenya. Okay. Zhenya Santos to nearly question missed the video for missed answer. I tried answering here, but would Kenyan ladies been when to initiate physical intimacy dates? Well, listen, so if you guys are already attracted to each other, whenever you feel like it's right, but don't wait too long, because then she's gonna be like, wait a minute, like, okay, don't go right away. Be like, okay, like it's here in the Western society, it's so okay to just have sex on the first date, and but it's not in East, like, you know, Eastern society, right? So, but if the moment is right, lean in for a kiss, and read your her body language. I'm thinking like, okay, you can kiss her on the first date if you feel in the vibe. But again, you just watch your body language. Sometimes you can even have so much fun talking this that, but when you meet in person, it could be awkward, especially the first time, or maybe a first couple of times. But I don't see the problem with you making a move on the third date. I think it's basically an international, um I should say, timeline at this point. Yeah, I think, so we live in the 21st century, and I mean, you do have to test drive before you purchase the car, don't you? Right? I mean, what if you do get married, and you don't have sex, right? And then you get in bed and you are absolutely not compatible, and there's no way, right? Maybe you're too small, maybe you're too big, you know. So I suggest you do get that out of the way. Maybe not right away, but like I said, give it 3 dates. Yes, and yeah, lean in for a kiss the first night. If the Yeah, I don't see the reason if she. Okay, first of all, if you meet a woman through here, and she'll tell you right away, like Ukrainian women, if they are not attracted to you, they will not. Usually, most likely they won't um continue the conversation. They'll tell you straight up, like, hey, yes, I like you as a friend, but there's not chances of us being together. No, thank you. I'm good because attraction is a lot to have in a relationship. Here, if you're physically not attracted, I hear these women. Actually, this video I watched earlier, guys in US asking women on the street, would you prefer to have a rich cheater that gives you money, buys you whatever you want, or a faithful guy who's broke? And guess what? All Western women said they picked a cheater with money. And their excuse was like, well, at least I'll be taken care of. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about paying bills. I'll be okay. Why don't you just get a job and not be with that person? Because chances, I don't know. It's just so weird for me to hear these things. Like, really, you would rather be with someone who's cheating when you're not concerned about STDs, or what is it with you? Why are you so messed up in that you would even say that? But there you have it, gentlemen. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. Like me, for example, no, I don't care about money. I don't. I just, because you can have, I mentioned this so many times, you can have all the money in the world, one bad investment, poof, you're broke. And going backwards in lifestyle, oof, it's not an easy thing to do. I've never had to go back because I started off at the very bottom. Okay. So I'm only going up and up. And I'm also taking it easy. I don't honestly, I wouldn't even know how to react if my boyfriend bought me something big. I would not accept that. Honestly, I wouldn't. So even now he's buying me gifts and I'm like, oh, you didn't have to. Please take it back. He's like, I wanted to buy it for you. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You know, but at the same time, I do like it when he buys groceries, which he does because I cook. So, but yeah, that's, I don't mind him spending as much as he's willing to, because I love to have the fridge full of food so we don't go hungry. Because honestly, I really just enjoy having dinner at home, yeah, and then watching a movie. So easy, so simple. Go play some frisbee, just. chilling at home, going for a nice walk. I really don't need much. And that's how most Ukrainian women are. We just want stability. 100 times keep telling you guys, we just want stability. We don't care how much money you make. As long as we have a place to live, bills paid, food, that's the bare minimum. And that's fine with us. As long as you love us, as long as you give us compliments, you tell us how beautiful we look and being appreciated. I was with a man for 15 years. He didn't appreciate a thing I did. And I'm an amazing cook. And he didn't appreciate any of it. And now I'm in a healthy relationship, and then he's always like, "Oh my God, the food is good. Thank you so much." And I get humbled, I even get emotional and stuff, because it's nice to be appreciated. And I know he feels the same way because his previous relationship, he was not appreciated either, you know. So the most important thing in a relationship is trust, love, and yeah, appreciation. If you love and appreciate your partner, your husband, your wife, life should not be that hard. And communication, 100 times communication. You have to communicate. Even if you're mad at each other, take a break, take a half an hour break, maybe even the rest of the day. Sleep on it, and then calm down. Don't speak in anger. Don't talk to each other when you're angry, when you're mad, when you're upset. Some people can. I know I can't. I can't have a quiet, normal uh, discussion when I'm mad. Okay, when I'm upset, yes, I can. But I'd rather not have any discussions when I'm very angry, because I just say things that I don't mean, and sometimes the things you say cannot be taken back. So, um, okay, let's see, Zhenya. Okay, that we saw this one. Let's see. She went maybe. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, Zhenya. Complain about their life and other people's life come from average standard community, high standards community doesn't complain because they focus on how they can be better. Exactly my point, right? I mean, well, I see a lot of people just looking at someone else's life whose life is better, and they're like, oh well, why can't you make as much as her husband makes? Or like, why can't you do things for me that he does? Like, well, you didn't marry him, right? People in general, not just women, the men, just people in general, should just take a step back and see the whole big picture. You have to appreciate. Okay, so I've seen this picture. So it's like two columns, right? The very top one. So the man has a private jet, right? And the next picture, it's another man. He's like, oh, well, he's got a private jet, and here I am only in the business class, right? The next person goes, oh, he's in business class flying, crap, and I'm just in, what, economy class. The next person down goes, well, he's flying, at least he's flying. I have to take a bus. Then, or like, I have no, I have a car, I have to drive. The next person down goes, well, oh, his life is so much better because he has the car, I have to take a bus. The next person down goes, oh, this guy, takes a bus, I have to walk. And the last person at the bottom is like, he's lucky, he's got legs, he's in a wheelchair, he's lucky he can walk. So take yourself down to the very bottom first before you look at somebody else's life. You don't know their life story. You don't know what they had to go through to become, to achieve the things that they have achieved. Yes, it's sometimes when people are born into money, yes, it comes easy, but people that actually had to work hard for their money, they had to sacrifice a lot. First of all, they don't even show off, okay? They don't show off. If you even have you seen Bill Gates? What he wears? Have you seen him? He still lives in the same house he's lived all his life, as far as, well, at least many years ago he was. But anyway, bottom line is, don't look at someone who has a better life and thinking, well, she has it, and then, I mean, she's just as good looking as I am. Why can't I have these things? Why don't you think about, well, what about this poor person that has a minimum wage job, has some kind of, I don't know, sickness that they can't even work properly. There's they're scraping for food, they're barely making their ends meet, they live from paycheck to paycheck, that. Or look at someone who's living in a third world country that they don't even have a home to live in, they don't have a clean water to drink. Why don't you compare yourself to those people? But that's Western society. Like I said, there's an abundance of everything: food, clothes, everything. You can buy anything you can imagine, right? But then you go in other countries like Ukraine, you don't have the access to all these things. So that's why we are so humble when it comes to living life. We just need the very bare minimum. Like I keep saying that: bills paid, home, food. That's the bare minimum. And if we have a little bit extra, I'd rather save it to make some investments for the future, or even to put away for maybe a nice vacation, or maybe to buy something nice for the house. Like, I don't need Gucci, Versace. I don't care for this stuff. I just don't. I mean, I don't mind it, right? But do I need it? I don't. But do I need food? Yes, I do. So I'm telling you, man, all of you, man, once you find yourself a good Ukrainian or a Slavic woman, and you'll see that it's like day and night. Okay. And I will tell you one thing, that on average, Ukrainian, like, if you go to Ukraine and you see, most women are above 7, and with no makeup on, like above 7. They take care of their bodies, they make sure they look good. They don't need much makeup, if any. You know, we are natural beauties, okay, and not just the look wise, on the inside. And believe me, the beauty shows. When you're ugly on the inside, doesn't matter how good looking you are, it shows. It shows with your attitude, the way you talk to people, the just the way you even carry yourself. The ugliness will always show. Doesn't matter how much you have on here, on here, or there. It. And to men, do really men care about these long nails and long lashes? I know I've never met a man that thinks that these lashes that look like this. I don't know one man that likes it. They think it's ridiculous. They don't like these, butts that are sticking out this way. They don't. They like natural women. Okay, and those and women that get all these plastic surgeries, they only attract basically low lives. I'm sorry to say that. No, I'm not sorry to say it. It is what it is. Okay. So, okay, let's see. Oh, wait. Hello. And what? If I'm paying all the bills, she better provide me. Yes. And I don't blame you. Yes, exactly. It's give and take. Every relationship is give and take. You can't expect for one person, just give, and you take, it's it's not a relationship. It's abuse. Okay. So yeah, of course, like if she doesn't make you happy, especially if you're paying for everything and if you're giving her everything on a silver platter, she has to give you everything that you want. It's give and take. Any relationship is give and take. But in healthy relationship, it's not always 50-50. It's sometimes it could be 100-0. It depends, you know. That's why when you get married for better or for worse. Back in Ukraine, that's how when we get married for better or for worse. Here, these words mean nothing because as soon as the worst hits, women are out the door and they take whatever you came into the marriage uh, prior to meeting her. Like you already had all these things. Okay, sorry about this. I clicked on this. Okay, do you think a 35 single man and a 27-year-old lady could be compatible in terms of age difference? It's not that much of an age difference. What are you talking about? I mean, if she was 17 and you were 30, that would be a little, but it's not even that much. It was like what, 8 years? That's not, and believe me, first of all, Ukrainian women, we like older men anyway. Not too old, no, but just because we are we have to get mature at very young age living in Ukraine. Like I said, it's a completely different lifestyle. It was a culture shock for me here, and I'm still traditional. I'm Canadianized in a way, yes, because I do live a very comfortable life somewhat compared to what I would have had if I stayed there. But no, age is just a number, and again, if you take care of yourself, I've met some people, they don't even look that like men, they're in their 60s and they still look like they're in their 40s. Like, again, age, as long as you are compatible on mental level and spiritual, emotional level, again, age is not, but unless it's too much of a difference, then yeah, no. If it's more than, I'd say 10, 15, even 10 years is good. I think 10 years is still good. But I'm thinking anything over 15 is a little bit too much. Oh yeah, sorry, but I clicked on this. Zhenya, women have jobs and hate it. They have careers and don't like it because they need to pay taxes, spend their own money. This ain't fair. What do you mean? I mean, it is. Yeah, that's how they look at it, right? Okay. The funny thing in Western society, how they wanted their independence to be equal, this, that, and now the reality really hit them in the face like a shovel. They don't like it. They don't like it. They're like, well, I don't want to work now. Now they want to go back to the days where the man was the provider. They didn't have to work. They stay home with kids. Now they want it back, but it's a little too late. So some of them want the old life back. And some of them they're progressed where it's like, oh yeah, I'm making more than you, but I don't need no man. Yeah, but did you do? Like, I've never met a female mechanic in my life. Doubt I will. I'm sure there are some, but chances of women being mechanics, eh. Firefighters, 97% are men. So you don't need men. So when your house is on fire, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters? I mean, it's a joke when women say that they want to be equal to men. How? No, it's borderline insane when I hear these things. Or equal? No, you're not equal. How? How? Even our chromosomes are different. I mean, okay, so let's see. Santos. Many men are concerned that Ukrainian ladies will be westernized after they come to the West. Well, Santos, I'm living proof. I came here, I was 2 months shy of being 18, and I've lived here for 25 years, and I'm still very much traditional, and I'll never change. No. The only thing that has changed about, I would say, a little bit Canadianized is, again, I speak more English than I speak Ukrainian. Is kind of like foreign language to me at this point because I don't practice it. So now, yeah. And maybe outfit wise, and it's not because, okay, so in Ukraine, you go to Ukraine, women always wear dresses, skirts, heels. And when I first came here, this is how I used to dress. But then people would look at me weird. It's like, why is she wearing heels and a skirt and a dress to high school? I mean, why not? This is how women supposed to dress. So I'm when I'm by myself, if I go like to the gym or go to the store, like go to work, of course I'm not gonna dress up. So that's the only thing that I I am Canadianized about, is mainly I'm more relaxed when it comes to, I do like to dress up. I have 100 some pairs of shoes, heels, all this. I have beautiful dresses, but I wear them when I go out with my men, or if I go out with my girlfriends, like for dinner or whatever. But on the average, I just wears. I still want to look good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I'll wear tights and running shoes, But back home, you women don't wear, like, I guess nowadays also the Western society is rubbing off on the East as well. Thanks for the internet, thanks for the social media and these TikToks. Don't have TikToks, not like I mentioned before. I don't even have social media. I don't need one. Most of people just lie on social media anyway. So why would I want to? Why would I want to hear about someone's life that I don't even know what they have to say about what's going on in their lives? I don't care. I just care about my life. I care about my man. I care about my family. I care about my friends. That's basically it. So, okay. Okay. Many men think that Ukrainian, Russian, and Polish ladies are the most beautiful women in the world. And that, yeah, I agree with you. That's true. That is true. Because honestly, if you go there and if you see an average girl, just no makeup, nothing, she's still, like I said, at least a 7. Okay. And then when they get all done up, makeup, this, that, is like, wow. Like, wow. But we are natural beauties, okay? So, and we don't like all this fake stuff. Like, we just don't like fake nails, fake hair, fake lashes. All this fake stuff is a Western society, like, even, I mean, I have small breasts, but would I ever get big boobs? Maybe if I had 3 kids already and they sucked me dry. Yeah. But other than that, no, there's just no need, unless it looks weird. I have 3 friends that have fake boobs and they look weird and they feel weird too. Anyway, I prefer natural beauty, even in women. Yeah, I prefer natural beauty than all the makeup. Once I always tell my friends, guy friends, that if you you should always take your first date, maybe not the first, but the second date, take her to a swimming pool and a steam room. Let's see what she looks like when the water hits her face and stuff. Okay, so why should we look at others? I know myself. I don't care about others. I only take positive on them to improve myself. Yes, yes, but I'm saying yes. These Western women, they always try to compare their life to someone who's better. Well, I I I don't compare my life to anyone. Okay, because everybody's going through their own stuff. You don't know what they're going through. They might be looking very happy, have a huge smile, but they may be broken inside. Maybe they're just one step from committing suicide. You don't know. So you don't compare. And a lot of these lives, especially on social media, where it's like, oh, me and my husband, we're traveling here and traveling there, and then behind, off camera, behind the scenes, it's a nightmare. A lot of people put this big facade because they care about what others think of them. I personally don't give a rat's butt about anybody, what they think of me, or yeah, or of my man, because the only people that matter to me, like I said, is my man, my family, my friends. My friends love me for who I am. They accept me the way I am. They don't want anything to change, for me to change, and I'm not willing to, because you need to find someone who loves you for you. Because if you need to put a mask on each time to be with that person to make them happy, then you're never going to be happy. All you're going to do is just, people pleasers are very unhappy people, you know. And I believe that you have to love yourself before you even get in a relationship, because if you don't love yourself, you can't expect anyone else to love you. If you don't love yourself, you're not capable of loving anyone else. It's the number one person who is you. And people say, well, no, my parents or my kids. No, that's not the case. Not for me, because without me, if I had a kid, my kid wouldn't survive, you know. So, but anyway, so okay, let's see what else. If I literally have to go, oh my god, it's too okay. You guys, I really have to go. I didn't even realize I'm having so much fun here, and I really want to stay here, but I have to go. Anyway, you guys, let me just play you one last video. What is it? And then I will be back tomorrow, same time, different topic, of course. But yes, come join me again. Let's chit chat. Don't be shy to come on camera and chit chat with me. I don't bite. Anyway, let me play you the last video, and then I'll send you off.
This channel is designed to help you with this colossal decision that you are entertaining, looking at, which is, hey, I know you're done with dating in the West. Let's not even go there. Old story. But the question you're asking yourself is, are pastures possibly greener elsewhere on this beautiful planet of ours? Yes, the answer is yes. How do I know? I was in your very shoes, just a number of years ago. Now I'm happily married to my soulmate, my best friend, and we have 2 beautiful daughters, and life couldn't be better. But you gotta play your cards right, as anything in life. There's a few paths to success, and the rest of them are paths to failure. So to join for 30 days and do unlimited video dating for free, all you do is fill out the form in the description below this video, and Bob's your uncle. You can date them, traditional women, for 30 days on video right here, completely free, no obligation, no credit card, no nothing. The other thing that you really want to check out is, if you're wondering, how do women rate you? First, Western women. What's your SMV, your sexual market value score? Your score from 1 to 10. How do Slavic women, traditional women, rate you? Is it any different? Here's a tip. Most guys get between a 1 to 3 point bump in their score from Western to Slavic. Why? Because they're traditional values. Now, the caveat here is, if you're a serious guy, right? You're looking for love and marriage. If you're looking at playing the field, well, no, your SMV will go down. Then you can calculate your probability of marriage with a Slavic woman. And finally, you can calculate your maximum realistic, keyword, realistic age gap with a Slavic woman. All of those are on my calculator, yoursmv.com. Thanks very much. Please subscribe to the channel, share the videos, and share the love.
Okay, so we are done for today. But yes, you do that, the test, SMV test. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Like I said, when I was growing up, my grandma told me the man should be a little bit better looking than an 8 gorilla. She likes gorillas. Anyway, so I personally don't even like when a man is too manicured, too much into his own looks. It's like, no. I like a man that looks like a man. Okay, looks a little bit rough, if you ask me. I don't know. It's just, I guess to me, it's like in, I don't know, animal attraction in a way. I like a strong man that can protect me because I'm pretty tiny and fragile. So, but anyway, thank you so much. Thank you. I know I've been talking for so long, and thank you for sticking around and listening to me. I really appreciate you guys. And please, yes, join us. I mean, you have still have another month to go in the summertime. If you're bored, you have nothing else to do. If you want, why not try it for free? It's free, right? Give it a chance. Maybe you never know. If you don't try, you'll never know, right? So there's no harm in trying. So please, guys, try it out. See, you will be pleasantly surprised. The ladies we have, so beautiful, and they're all vetted. They all want a serious relationship, and they will be honest with you. If they're not attracted to you, they're just gonna tell you, hey dude, I like you, as a friend, but not gonna happen. Okay, so okay, I will be back tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate it, and you have a wonderful weekend. If you don't come back tomorrow, come back next Saturday. I'll be back on Saturday as well. Love you all. Thank you.